Hi guys! So today I'm going to be giving myself a tarot card reading, and I'm going to be walking you guys through the cards that I draw. I've been doing tarot for about a year and a half now. My sister got me a deck of tarot cards for Christmas. It's the deck that I'm still using, and I've been doing it on and off ever since then, so about a year and a half. I've been doing readings for myself, for my friends and family, and then I've done some readings for people that I've met on Instagram, both through texting them and through doing video chat. So I'm by no means an accomplished tarot reader, but I think that I'm getting fairly decent at it, and it's a hobby that I really enjoy. So if you're interested in learning more about tarot, I would definitely recommend checking out Biddy Tarot. It's an excellent resource for beginning tarot readers as well as those who are a little bit more accomplished. I'll put the link down below so that you guys can check it out. And let's get started. So before I dive into the actual tarot reading, I want to give you guys a little bit of background on the makeup of the tarot deck. The tarot deck is made up of 78 cards, so it's much bigger than a traditional deck of cards. It consists of the major arcana and the minor arcana. Now the minor arcana actually does function a lot like a typical deck of cards. There are 4 suits. It's swords, wands, pentacles, and cups. And each of those suits represents something a little bit different. Like cups is more the emotional side of things, whereas swords is more intellectual pursuits. And we'll get into a little bit more as I pull specific cards from each suit. The minor arcana, there are 13 cards in each suit. It goes ace through 10 for numbered cards, and then there are 4 court cards. So page, knight, queen, and king. So it has an extra court card from a traditional deck of cards, but other than that, it functions really similarly. Now the major arcana, there are 22 of those, and they are suitless. So an example is number 2, the high priestess. And you can see it has the name on there, and it has the number 2 on top. It goes from 0 to 21, with 0 being the Fool and 21 being the World. And the point of the major arcana is to represent a journey, or the Fool's journey, through all of these life situations until coming out at the end being a fully realized and actualized individual. And the major arcana, while the minor arcana is more specific situations that you might find yourself in, the major arcana is much more broad-ranging and deeper than that. So you're supposed to center a reading around which major arcana you pull in that reading. So that's a little bit of background just to help you understand the cards that I'm drawing a little bit more. It's by no means an in-depth review of tarot. Like I said, there are a lot of good resources online. If you guys are interested in learning more about tarot, then I can definitely do more videos exploring different aspects of tarot. So let me know if that's something that you're interested in. But for now, let's get on with the reading. So before I start this reading, I need to shuffle my deck. I don't do reversals, which is when the cards are upside down. I only do upright readings. So as I'm doing this, I have to make sure that I don't flip my cards upside down accidentally. And while you're shuffling the cards, just kind of think about whatever it is you want to do your reading on. For example, today I'm going to be doing a reading for me on my love life. And it can be something as generic as love life, or it can be something a little bit more in depth, like what can I do to manifest the love life that I want? Or what aspects should I look for in a partner to have a healthy relationship? Something like that. It's good to ask open-ended questions as opposed to specific dates and times, like when am I going to meet my love life? Or when am I going to have a good love life? Or when am I going to meet my soulmate? Because tarot cards don't tell the future. They give you insight onto what you need to do to create the future that you want. So if I just say, what do I need to know about my love life? That's a good question. So we are going to be doing a Celtic Cross spread, and I'll show you my cards as I deal them out. So I start with 2 cards crossed, and then I do left, right, top, bottom. And then I do a rod of 4 cards moving up. 2, 3, 4. And those are my cards. So the first card is a representation of where I am at this moment. So right now I have the King of Pentacles. It's kind of hard to see, but this is a really interesting card because the King of Pentacles is is a court card that's the king of the Pentacle suit, obviously. He's very opulent. He's sitting on a chair. He's wearing this robe with grapes and fruits on it. He's surrounded by things that he owns. He has a big bull's head on the throne behind him, and then he has a castle in the background. So, like, he's made it. He's arrived. This is a man who knows how to get what he wants. He knows how to manifest and to achieve what it is that he desires. He's very accomplished at it. He's very self-assured. He's very powerful. He's arrived. So that's where I'm at now, which is a really interesting card. Pentacles is a suit that's about material possessions. It can be about career. It can be about things that you own. It's kind of about relationships, but it's more relationships as something that you've achieved rather than from an emotional standpoint, because Cups is really the emotional suit. So the King of Pentacles, I'd say it's saying I've arrived from a material and a career standpoint, as opposed to saying I've arrived from an emotional standpoint. So I'm at a place where I've kind of gotten what I wanted from a career material standpoint. Now, that's where I'm at now. What I'm being crossed by, so it's horizontally across it, I'm being crossed by the Empress, which is the mom card. She's reclining on this couch with pillows. She's wearing this flowing robe with pomegranates on it. There's a flowing stream. There's wheat around her. There's the female symbol next to her on a heart. She personifies womanhood and motherhood, especially. She's surrounded by growing things. It's a very fertile card. So this could say, I've gotten what I wanted from a material standpoint, so now it's time to start focusing on family and being more of a mothering figure as opposed to an achieving king figure. So that's how I read those two cards. Now, to the left is what's in the recent past. Now, this is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a very fiery, passionate suit. It's about the spirit, the will. It's about curiosity. So the Page of Wands, you can see he's studying the staff. He's a learner. He hasn't started out on his journey yet. He's still kind of preparing. So I'd say that in the past, everyone starts from somewhere, and I was just starting out on this new journey of discovery. I'm not sure what I was discovering yet, but I was on a journey of discovery. And that kind of going from page to king, even though they're different suits, kind of shows that progression of the journey. Now, what's in the near future, this is what I was saying was a major arcana. This is Temperance. And Temperance is fairly self-explanatory card. So I would say that I'm on this journey. I was figuring out what I wanted, figuring out how to get there. I achieved it, but now I'm being crossed by something new. As opposed to focusing on material possessions, I'm switching to family mode, and I need to learn temperance to create a balance in between those two things. So this next card is really interesting. This is what's above the situation. It also can be read as what I want. This is the Lover's card. This is really interesting because it's the lovers, and I'm doing a love reading. So what I want is the lovers. This can be read as very straightforward as being relationship, love, that kind of thing. It can also represent choice. So maybe I want to have a choice, or I want to be able to choose between two different things, or maybe I want to have both. But it can also be read as just wanting a relationship or wanting that kind of connection. What the situation is grounded in. So what this situation where I've got what I want, but I'm being crossed by the need for something more, that's being grounded in the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card about waiting and hard work. So you've planted your crops, and now you're waiting to sow your reward for what you're waiting to reap the reward for what you've sown. So this could be what's underlying the situation is maybe I'm already on the way towards getting that family that I want, and I do kind of want a family at some point. So this makes sense. and I've put in the hard work. I'm in a relationship. I've put hard work into that relationship, and now I just need to wait and wait for time to progress for it to happen. And that maybe is where temperance comes in, is it's just like, calm down, wait, don't try to get everything at once. Just wait for it to come to you. So that's the circle, and that's how I would read that. Now over here on the rod, we have 4 different cards. This first card is the advice card. This is the 6 of Pentacles. So you can see we have 3 different Pentacles so far. The 6 of Pentacles is about charity. It's a man giving charity to these 2 people while he holds a scale in his other hand. So this can be about giving or receiving. And it doesn't have to be money. It can be time. It can be investing in someone. It can be a couple different things. So this could say that I need to be more generous with my time and with my money giving to others. Or it could be saying that I need to be more open to receiving that. And this is where it kind of gets tricky reading for yourself, because you can rebel against the things that the cards are telling you. You can say, like, I don't need to be more charitable. I already am charitable. Therefore, it obviously means that people need to give me more charity. And I don't know if that's true, because it's really hard to be a judge in your own case. So we'll come back to that one. This next card is the effects of your situation. So it can be people around you, friends, family, coworkers, or it can be a situation that you're in. It's the effect of your surroundings. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. So this is the Ace of Cups. I love the Ace of Cups. This is a card about new beginnings. The universe is offering something to you. It's holding out this chalice on its hand, and it's giving you something, and you need to make the choice to grab it. And the aces are all about new beginnings, and that's why I love aces of every suit. So the Ace of Cups is about new beginnings from an emotional standpoint. It could be relationships, it could be a self-exploration of emotions, but it's something tied with emotions. It can also be new endeavors with like creativity and that kind of thing, but I tend to read it more as emotions. So what's around me is new possibilities. And that could be new friendships, new people that have come into my life. I've been in a relationship for 6 months, so that could be a relatively new relationship, something like that. The Hopes and Fears card. This is the Four of Cups, and this is a card about waiting and meditating. You can see it's similar to the Ace of Cups because there's a hand holding out a chalice, but he's choosing not to take it. He's choosing to sit against that tree and to meditate and think. And he's not ready to take that next step yet. 4s in the different suits are a lot about resting and meditation and taking a break. So maybe that's what I want. Maybe I feel like things are going too fast. The world is giving me too much at once. The world is offering me this new beginning, but I don't know if I can take it or not. This is really interesting because I'm actually thinking about buying a house right now, and I know that this is a love reading. This isn't like a possession reading, but that's kind of a new opportunity that the world is offering me, this possibility of buying a house, and I don't know if I'm ready to take it. That also kind of ties into my relationship because I'd be getting the house with my boyfriend and we'd be living together. So it's a lot of kind of mixed up stuff. So it's definitely okay to apply your own experiences to the cards, because that's what you're doing. You're reading for yourself. And if you're reading for someone else, ask them questions. It's okay to be like, are you waiting for something? Do you feel like the world is offering you something that you don't know if you're ready to take? And you can phrase it differently. You can go into the meanings of the cards as I have, or you can pull back a little bit and just give the overall feeling of the cards. But yeah, definitely ask questions. So that's kind of how I would read this, is maybe am I ready to take that next step in my relationship of living together and getting a house together, and maybe I need to think about it more. Now, this is really interesting. So Temperance was the near future. If I continue on the path I'm on, this top card is the final outcome of the situation. And this is what I would say is like the one bad card in the tarot deck. Everything else you can put a good twist on, but Major Arcana number 16 is the Tower. And the Tower represents upheaval and destruction and devastation and confusion and things changing fast and the loss of something that you had no idea that you could even lose. So it's bad. The Tower, like I said, it's hard to put a good spin on because even the death card is good because death represents change. Tower represents change, but it represents the loss of something treasured, and then you have to pick up the pieces afterwards. So that's really hard to tie into the rest of this reading, because the rest of this reading has also actually been really positive. I'm working hard at my relationship. I'm ready to take that next step into being more family oriented instead of career oriented. I need to learn temperance, or I will learn temperance in order to balance the two. Maybe it comes back to this charity card. And as you can see, it takes a while to kind of figure out these readings. But the charity card it's telling me to do this. And maybe if I don't learn to accept help from others, I'll be headed for destruction. And I'm reading it like that because that's a thing I have a hard time doing, is accepting help from others, relying on others, especially emotionally, because I like to be independent. So maybe that's what it's saying. Maybe it's saying that I need to be more open to receiving aid, and then I can avoid this final outcome. Like I said, tarot cards don't tell the future. So when it says final outcome, it's more like it's something to think about. Like, could I be heading towards that, and how do I avoid it? Because like they can't tell the future, they're cards. Some people believe that they can. I don't personally. So whenever I see this tower, I don't think, oh my god, my life is going to be ruined. I think maybe there's an outcome to the situation that I haven't foreseen yet. Like, maybe I need to accept help from others to make a good decision, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's a tarot card reading. Whenever I go through the tarot card readings, like I said, I explain the card meanings quite a great deal. You don't necessarily have to do that. I've never received a professional tarot card reading. I've just received it from friends. So I'm not sure how like professional tarot card readers do it, but I like to explain what the card means and then apply it to their situation, because I think that people deserve to understand where I'm getting my interpretation from. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. So just one more quick thing. If you guys are interested in more tarot card readings, if you want to learn more about tarot cards, there's a lot of resources online. I would also enjoy making more videos if there's an interest in it. So just let me know. And if you would like me to give you a tarot card reading, just shoot me a message on YouTube. Maybe we can set something up. Thanks.